This video is coming out pretty late for what it is, but I just want to take a quick second to talk about the Bears' win over the Las Vegas Raiders. First off, was it a pretty win? No. Second off, I do owe an apology to Cairo Santos. That was an amazing game. You played very well. You honestly won us the game. You and Kevin Byard. That was crazy what he did. But yeah, Cairo Santos, big ups. I know I doubted you at the beginning of the season, and I still don't trust your legs 45 yards out, but within 50 yards, you're pretty accurate. I'll give you that. Thank you, Cairo, for winning that game for us. Offense's issues. There was a lot, especially there at the beginning. Of course, Rome got his obligatory hook touchdown. DeAndre Swift got a touchdown, but generally doesn't look super fantastic. I could see Monungai getting more snaps in the future. I kind of like the role that Ben Johnson has DJ Moore in right now. I'd like to see him get the ball a little more, but him being used is sort of the same way that Deebo Samuel is, where, he gets to be a running back sometimes, but he is also a very lethal target at wide receiver. I do really like that. Respect to Ben Johnson and DJ Moore for that being a thing. I love it. Another skill position that we saw some struggles from, tight end. Obviously, Colston Loveland didn't play. Hopefully he can come back. I don't think he'll play against Washington, but after that, hopefully he's back and he can stay healthy, actually. But Cole Kmet has been a topic of conversation. After his performance that game, a lot of people were like, we should trade Cole Kmet. Guys, calm down. Genuinely, that might be the worst performance Cole Kmet has ever had, at least that I've seen. Yeah, he had some pretty bad drops. And that's just how it is sometimes. Cole Kmet is, other than that one day, usually a reliable enough target that he's going to be the tight end one on, 30 teams. If I'm just being honest, Cole Kmet is one of the better tight ends in the league. He just doesn't get the targets to show it. And also, when you have the wide receiver room that the Bears have now, you kind of just, especially with Caleb's arm, if you can get more yardage out of a wide receiver than, your safety blanket of tight end, you might probably go for it. But you do need to prove that you can dink and dunk and take chunks out of the field with a tight end. I think tight ends are extremely important and generally in the whole league underutilized. I love tight ends. Take that however you will. There's a couple meanings there. But yeah, very, very bad game from Cole Kmet. Probably the most positive impact play he had was a pre-snap penalty he got that maybe won the Bears the game. Because I wasn't a fan of going for it on fourth on that. I am a psychopath. I love it when coaches go for it on fourth. It proves that you have confidence in your roster and you're willing to just sometimes bite the bullet and do the risky thing. That, I think, is 4th and 5 before the penalty, and that's a little risky in my opinion, especially when you have someone on the defense like Max Crosby, who had been a pretty decent threat all game. He recorded his first career interception against us, okay? So, keeping that in mind, maybe Cole Kmet's most positive impact he had in that game was a pre-snap penalty. And I'm the biggest Cole Kmet defender out there. I think he is one of the best tight ends in the league, and wanting to trade him is kind of insane to me. We have him signed until 2028, I think. He's a very solid tight end. He's very supportive of his team. He's a great locker room guy, and he's pretty dependable on the field. He just had a bad day, in my opinion, and I assume Ben Johnson will make sure he knows that, and I think he will respond in, not dropping as many passes and cleaning up those penalties, even though that one may have saved us. Of course, we can't really talk about the offense without talking about the offensive line. I mean, a lot of people do that, but, it's just kind of stupid too. I mean, look at the Bengals and their O-line. They can't win a game because they don't have an O-line. So, Darnell Wright, he's out. He's probably out for Washington. And that really sucks. But, the former healthy scratch Ozzy Trapillo seems to be a solid replacement. Him and Theo Benedict, as soon as we move Theo Benedict over to left tackle, both of them seem pretty competent and pretty able to hold back the Raiders' rushing attack, which is like the thing they do best. They got Max Crosby. Him alone will make the rest of their defensive line better just because how elite he is. And Ozzy being able to handle him, and Theo also doing very well against him. All things considered, those two did very well against Max Crosby. Yeah. Braxton Jones might lose his starting job. And I think Darnell Wright, his job is safe because he's a really good right tackle. And maybe he gets swung over to left tackle with Ozzy or Theo taking over the right side. I would rather Ozzy in right than Theo. Theo struggled in right. Maybe that's because it was his first NFL action. Maybe he's just more comfortable in left tackle. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm genuinely very impressed with our two rookies on that line. I'm glad we have them at the very least as depth pieces. But yeah, happy with them. Hopefully Darnell Wright gets healthy. And, I'm not rooting against Braxton Jones. It's just like, come on, man. This is a wake-up call. You have a bunch of people saying that you should be benched for an undrafted free agent rookie, Anyways, defense. No notes. You're missing Kyler Gordon, Austin Booker. You're missing some key pieces to that defense. Jalen Johnson. Let's not forget him. TJ Edwards. We're missing a lot of guys on our defense, and it is Geno Smith. And that is weird to say because last year Geno Smith was balling out. I don't hate Geno Smith or anything. He's just having a really bad, really, really bad year. Kevin Byard, 2 picks. That's amazing. Okay? And then you got a 1 from Stevenson. Come on. I think Tyreek Stevenson, this might be a bounce-back year for him. He's going to have to really prove himself in Washington. Wait, is that home or away? He's going to have to prove himself against the Commanders. You know what I mean? I don't think Jaden Daniels has thrown an interception this year, but if that first 1 or 2 or 3 could be to Tyreek Stevenson, I think that would more than redeem him, even though I think he's already, working towards that, and he's looking a lot better this year. I'm really proud of the growth he's shown this year. Hopefully he can keep that going and, carve himself out as a cornerback 1 in the league. Only issue is Jalen Johnson's also on your team. So, if he can come back this season, Tyreek Stevenson would probably cap off at the second best corner on the team. But, if he can use his talents and his athleticism well and keep a level head and do all the things he needs to do, extremely good player. I'm happy to see him growing, and I hope he continues to get better. Special teams really did save the day. The turnovers from the defense kept us in the game. Offense couldn't get anything rolling, partially because I honestly don't think the offense was really clicking at the beginning of the game. And then you also had Max Crosby mixing things up and making things more difficult for our team. And that's fine. It's going to happen. Special teams really stepped up and, carried us through the whole game. Cairo Santos, he don't miss unless he's 45 yards out. But he don't miss. Joshua Blackwell, oh, buddy, that block. I'm going to be honest, guys. I may have moaned. I may have audibly moaned when the block happened. So, there's that. It's a bit awkward. Yeah, let's go Bears. Things are looking better for the Bears as things look god-awful. Just absolutely abysmal for my Cubbies. Maybe the Hawks and the Bulls won't break my heart, but we'll see. We'll see, won't we? Anyways, let's keep this going. Take a moment, like, comment, subscribe for more weekly Bears updates and other stuff on this channel. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. See ya.